Welcome to rough tip number 5. Rough tip number 5 covers part of the uncouple recouple, which normally doesn't get taught during training, and very few training videos teach you this as well, but it is best practice when you're doing an uncouple recouple. And it's basically what to do with your back axle with the air suspension to ensure a smooth transition between the unit and the trailer when you're uncoupling and recoupling. Right, park brake is on, legs are down to the floor, air lines and electrical connections are disconnected, and the pin has been pulled. I will at some point do a full uncouple recouple video, but for now we're just going to concentrate on the air suspension. Right, I'm going to point out that although I've wound the legs down to the floor, I have wound them back one turn, and that's just to ensure that the legs can float. So the legs are floating a little bit, while the feet are floating, and that's going to protect the legs inside the tubes when we uncouple recouple. So first thing we're going to do is going to pull forward about a foot, and that's just to disconnect the pin on the fifth wheel. Right. Try and do this as quickly as possible because I don't want you bored for 10 minutes. Right, pulling forward about a foot. That's us disconnected. The next bit you'd normally do from inside the cab, but I'm going to put it in neutral, put handbrake on and jump out and do it just so you can see what's happening. So that is your controller, air controller or wand, whatever you want to call it. Is it focused? On button, that resets your ride height. And then you've got arrows here for up and down on the axle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transfer the weight of the trailer off the unit onto its own legs. I'm going to do that by holding the down button for 10 seconds. So there's the down button. I'm going to hold it for 10 seconds or until it stops going down. So this is transferring the weight of the trailer off the unit, off the fifth wheel, onto its own legs. And this will enable a smooth transition when we pull out from underneath it. So that's done, so I'm going to pull out all the way. Remember, these are rough tips, rough meaning, couldn't do it in one take, no edits. Right, I'm pulling forwards now so I can fully disconnect. Now once I'm out, I need to reset the ride height. So there's a little warning light on the dash that tells me that my ride height is wrong. In order for me to reset it in the DAF, I've got a button on the dash there, or I've got the button on the wand. Just pull it out. So I'll press that button now, that one there, and then the ride height will get reset. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do reverse now. I'm going to couple it back up. So the reverse being, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the air out of the suspension. So I'm going to hold the down button for 10 seconds or however long it needs to drop all the air out. Then once I've done that, I'm going to reverse until the fifth wheel's underneath the trailer. As a new driver, if you're not sure when that is, once you've got so far, get out and have a look. So about there now. So again, this bit I'd probably do from inside the cab, but I'm going to get out just to show you. So what we need to do now is transfer the weight of the trailer off its legs back onto the unit, and we can use the ride height reset button, but that might not always bring the legs off the floor. So press the ride height reset button. So if we're not sure if the legs are off the floor, we can hold the up button for a little bit. So using the up button, just bring the legs just a little bit more off the floor. And what that's going to do now is it's going to protect the legs as we couple the trailer back up. Now, if you're not lined up perfectly, it's not too bad to be fair, but if you're not lined up perfectly, that trailer will move side to side. And if the feet are wedged to the floor, so if them feet are on the tarmac, the trailer will move and the feet will stay where they are, and this could damage the legs. It could damage the leg inside the tube, and that's why you get legs landing legs that are really stiff when you're winding them up and down. It's because at some point someone has left them feet on the floor, hooked it up either quite violently or it's moved left and right, and it's probably bent the leg inside the tube. Now lifting them legs up off the floor before we finish the hook up is going to protect the legs from any damage. Hang on, let's protect that from damage, shall we, by putting it away properly. So now back into reverse, and then nice and slowly all the way back until we hear that distinctive clunk clack noise of it hooking up. Nice and steady. There we go, clunk clack, we're connected. And then you'd finish your hook up, but before you go anywhere, you'd make sure that that warning light is not on the dash telling you that your ride height is wrong, and then you reset your ride height and you're good to go. Thank you for watching.